What's going on, YouTube? I am Germ here, and today we're going to be talking about something very, very important. It's going to be kind of a rant. I'm going to be kind of maybe a little bit all over the place. I'm going to make sure I hit on everything I want to, but I do think this video will be very, very valuable, and I think it's something that a lot of you, all of you out there need to hear. And I think if you listen to the things that I'm going to say in this video and actually think about them and are able to apply even some of them into your CS investing future, that you're potentially going to make some money, save yourself some money, or just feel a whole lot better overall. Because right now we know the CS2 market is in shambles. Over the last month or 2 months or so, the CS market has not been doing well. But really, over the past couple days, I've seen like maximum sadness, depression, anxiety, just people being so down. And yes, it does suck when you check your CS2 investments or any kind of investments, whatever it is, when you check your bank account, when you check anything of value, and it goes down, that sucks. You know, we're humans. We're all people. I get it. Money is necessary. You have to pay the bills. You have to eat food. You have to live. You want to do things. These things cost money, and you want a good future. You want to make money. You want to keep seeing your accounts increase. And, there's so many memes and stuff out there right now like this, like, oh, what happened to him? This guy's dead or unconscious or fainted or whatever. He refreshed the price of his inventory. And, every time we refresh, every day we check, the prices keep going down and down and down. This tweet from Price Empire, CS2 skins, prices keep going down, almost 50% down since the highest hype point of Counter-Strike 2 release announcement. This is the index of the top 300 skins, which, obviously everything in the market has gone down different degrees and everything like that. But you can see Operation Riptide happened here back in 2021. And they're saying that these 300 skins were around 16,000 total in price. They ran up to close to 48,000 in total price. And then you have the CS2 release, where things obviously continued back down. Now, what's crazy about this graph, I know you guys can't see it, my face is kind of covering some of it, but what's crazy about this graph a little bit is that you can see where the 2023 line is on the mark, and you can see that we're right at or right below where we started in 2023, meaning that 11 months or 11 and a half months in 2023, we've given up all the gains from this year, which is really, really crazy, and maybe doesn't even make sense. Yes, I get it. The CS2 release has been disastrous. People expected more. We got so hyped. People were coming in expecting easy money, expecting, oh, CS2 is going to be amazing. The player base is going to explode. Like, you'd be an idiot to not buy right now, blah, 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 blah. But unfortunately, there's no easy money in anything. There's no guarantees. There's no 100% bets. There's no nothing like that. And obviously, the market has crashed back down. Some of that was people taking profits and cashing out when the market was at insane rates, taking advantage of all these new people coming in, trying to make a bunch of money. They said, hey, I've already made a bunch of money. I'm going to start selling. And then CS2 releases and everything we expected it to be. And then the player base doesn't explode. We don't have 5 million people playing, and there isn't a ton of new content. There isn't all these great things that people hoped and had priced into this perfect world release or whatever. And then there's some people panic selling, and then there's some more people panic selling, and there's some people panic selling because those people panic sold, and then just obviously we've gotten to this point where things have just kind of kept crashing and crashing and crashing down, and people, like I said, are depressed, are sad, there's so much doom and gloom surrounding CS2 right now, and I get it. But at the same time, it doesn't make sense to me entirely. Yes, it sucks to see things keep going down, but again, the time to buy is when everything is down. If you believe in the future of CS2, obviously that is the big caveat. If you believe in the future of CS2, these are literally the times to buy, because when we saw this huge price spike run up in early 2023 with the CS2 hype and announcement and release and all that stuff, so many people were saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe how much skins have gone up. This is insane. This is crazy. And so many people at that time would have loved to buy skins at 2021 or 2022 prices. And now we literally have those 2021 and 22 prices, and people are saying that CS2 is dead. Now, yes, the market has gone down, but the market hasn't crashed to zero. This market is still, again, the market is where we were in 2023. And at that point in 2023, people would have said, hey, the market is doing very, very well. But just since we had this crazy run-up time period and have now come back down to where we were before, now people are acting like being at this state is awful. Like, no, the prices in 2021 and 2022 weren't that bad. The market was doing great at that time. And yes, CS2 has not been great, but again, Valve is changing things. Valve is fixing things. Valve is very, very active and has a track record of making Counter-Strike a very, very great game. And I know there's a ton of quotes out there of people talking about stuff like, hey, Counter-Strike players don't quit Counter-Strike. They just take a break, and they always come back. And guess what? When some new map drops, or some new game mode, or some new operation, or some new content, or new skins, or a new case, or whatever, those players are going to come back, especially if Valve continues to make great updates and great changes to the game like they have been recently. I know the patch that came out like a week ago, so many people say it changed the game in so many ways for the better, and the game has felt so much better, and Valve is going to continue to keep doing stuff like that. I know this tweet from Cape Zero said, hey, we're now back to 2022 prices on some items, seeing, hey, in the last 60 days, some stuff has dropped 33%, Dragon Lords are down 20%, Gungnir's are down 20%, Butterfly Knives 37%, Sport Gloves, Pandora's Box are down 30%. And again, a year ago, people would have said they would have, or even 6 months ago, people would have said, I would love to have 2022 prices. I would love to have 2021 prices. If I could go back in time, I would buy so much stuff. Now you are literally getting a time machine. You are literally going back in time. And now these people are selling instead of buying. So many people in the markets were buying in March, April, and May of this year and are now selling. They were literally buying high and selling low, which is the exact opposite of what you need to be doing. Now, again, people in the CS community have been spoiled for 10, 15 years, whatever. The market has pretty much just gone straight up. And if you look at something, I know I always use the Vulcan, but if you look at something like the Vulcan, for example, look at this graph. This graph is insane. This graph has done so insanely well. These are the type of assets you want to be invested in. Stuff with graphs that looks like this. There's not many things out there with graphs that look like this. This is a graph that looks like Apple or Microsoft or, so many insane companies and investments out there that you would love to have a hand in. But there have been some drops. It has not been straight up, but it's been mostly straight up. But if you look back, you can see the Vulcan at one time was like $90. And then guess what? It dipped down to $50. It dipped down to below $50. It lost more than half of its value. And I'm sure people were panicking at that time. And I'm sure people were saying it's a disaster and wanting to sell out and saying, oh, I can't believe I lost half my money, blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? It rebounded and it went back up to $90 and then some. And then it went up to $150. Then it went up to $200. Then it went up to $250 and then $300 and then $350 and then $400, then $600, $650. When you could have got it back here at $50, it ran all the way up. And if you sold here at 50, you looked like a fool. And then it crashed again. It went from $650 down to $350. And it gets almost cut in half again. And people are panicking. People are saying I'm such an idiot. And I can't believe I bought this stupid gun. And I can't believe I wasted all this money. And oh, how could you even invest in CS2? It's a video game. And imagine losing half your investment on pixels and blah, 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 blah. But then guess what? It comes back. And it comes back again. It goes from $350. It gets back to where it was at $650. And then it goes up to $750, $800, $900, $1,000, $1,200. It goes up to $1,700. And it crashes back down. And we're in this period again when people are saying, oh, you're so stupid for having CS2 investments. And how could you waste money on pixels? And blah, 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 blah. Doom and gloom and blah, blah. Well, guess what? 6 months, a year from now, 18 months, 2 years from now, I bet that this graph is going to rebound just like it has every other time in the CS history and the CS markets. And I bet there's going to be gains from this point. And I bet right now is an amazing buy opportunity. Because if you look at all the great kind of investments or whatever out there, look at the stock market, the U.S. stock market. It has had up and down periods. The people who have believed in it and bought the dips and bought at the low points, those have been some of the best investments of all time. And the crypto markets, they're super up and down, super volatile. Obviously, the shit coins and stuff like that have been an absolute disaster, but the good stuff, Bitcoin, Ethereum, stuff like that, when it's dipped, and people have said it's trash and it's going to zero and you're an idiot if you buy it and blah, 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 blah. If those people who bought and held at that time, they've made money and they've had some of the best investments of all time. Now, the people who bought at the insane peaks and only buy when the market's going up, those people have gotten, maybe not done as well. But the people who buy low and sell high, or buy low and hold and don't sell and don't panic and aren't depressed and aren't doom and gloom, it's hard. Like I said, it sucks to see your stuff going down. It's hard to hold through a rough period. It's hard to buy during a rough period because people are buying right now and they're saying, oh, I bought the dip and then the dip dipped and then I bought the dip and then the dip dipped and then I bought the dip. It keeps going down. You keep losing money. It keeps being terrible. But eventually it will pay off if you believe in CS2. If you don't believe in CS2, then don't come back. Don't buy these things. Even when the market goes back up, don't come back. Because if you don't believe in it, you're not going to hold and you're not going to make money anyway. You're just going to keep buying into the hype cycles and selling into the doomer cycles, and you're just going to keep losing money. But if you believe in it, these are the best times to buy. And these are the times when you need to be, working that job, getting your paycheck, putting some money in, and that's how it goes. That's, I know it sucks that people are losing all this money and they had all this money and they were counting up their gains before they had cashed out. But guess what? You don't lose until you sell, and you also don't win until you sell. So don't count your gains before you've sold, and don't, realize your losses before you've sold either, because I do really believe this is a really, really huge opportunity for so many people out there. And people are being such I don't even know. People are just being pussies right now, and that's really the only way to describe it. Like I said, the CS community has been spoiled, and I get it. People are down, depressed, sad, whatever. If you can't handle checking prices daily and you can't handle refreshing your inventory prices daily or whatever, then don't do it. Buy stuff you believe in, hold it, and come back in 6 months and see where these things are. Don't be hovering over the sell button and panicking and blah, 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 blah. And if you're going to do that, then get out of the markets. That's okay. I'm sure you'll come back when the market rises once again. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. I know the CS2 markets are crashing. CS2 Investing Is Dead, yada, 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 whatever. We're going to keep on doing our thing. We're going to keep on going. Like I said, we'll probably see you guys back here again in 6 months or a year or whatever. And we'll see how things go. But hopefully catch you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.